Today we got this customer's car at 98, 99 Mitsubishi Colt. This is fitted with a all-wheel drive 4G63. So using the Hyundai Joe overhead cam. I think this is a stock bottom end, stock head. It was upgraded with a turbo manifold and an aftermarket. I'm not even sure what size turbo is, but it's a big aftermarket turbo. So the reason it is in the shop, the customer bought a Link G4X plug and play ECU, the expansion loom. He also has, I think these are 1450 Blue Max low resistance injectors. Alright, so it's basically ECU. The ECU inside the bag. They have a couple cables inside, the data cable. Basically, you're supposed to take out the standard ECU inside the car and open up the ECU casing, and this installs instead of the ECU case. Alright, so after running through all of these settings to make sure all these settings are correct, basically like the coolant temp, air intake temp, the map sensor calibrated correct, make sure that the triggers for the cam and the crank etc. are calibrated. You should be able to start. The only thing left to really do for the basic startup is to make sure the timing is synced. But it should be able to start at this moment. Let me see. There's still a couple of things I would like to clean up on it, because the air intake temp sensor is actually on the intake pipe of the turbo. Should have been before the throttle body. Right, so also we'd like to clean up some of the piping, and you see that the manual boost controller that's on it is also plumbed incorrect. So I have those couple things to change up before doing anything else. Also the screamer pipe has to be installed for the wastegate. So you got the car back on the hoist. I guess the customer just didn't know what a firing ring was. So you got to take out the radiator and remove the wastegate and install the firing ring onto the wastegate, onto the manifold. I noticed the car didn't feel like it was coming on to boost sharp enough. And actually that would make sense where my airfare issues were when the wideband wasn't reading correct. Obviously all the gases were going out through the wastegate rather than to the wideband sensor. Right, so just got to remove the radiator and install the firing ring then to finish, I guess basically finish tuning the car properly then. Alright, so I got everything set up, everything working, the wastegate sound good, no leaks, turbo sound good, we got idling good. So we're gonna do this car for a drive again and see how it's accelerating and see if it doing what it's supposed to, and see if we get the fuel cleaned up a little better again. through the tuning. Car on a solid 18, 19 psi. It would hit like 20 and then taper off 18, 19, anywhere around there. The EFR is solid. Got the EFRs at about what, 11.5, 11.6. Maybe later there I would try to see if we get it on the dyno, if the customer is willing. I was not really too keen on carrying it right now. A few little issues with suspension, the car don't feel too stable, etc. So I would like the customer to start those things first, and it would do with a fuel pump, because checking back the logs, the fuel pressure is dropping off, and these 1000cc injectors, these should get me more than 20 pounds in duty cycles max, you know, at 20 psi. So yeah, so I'd recommend the customer get either some fuel lines and a pump, or at least try a higher flowing pump at the moment and see if that works. But otherwise, it's still maintaining the AFR is fairly stable, so it seems adequate enough for now. Also, still not really sure what size turbo it is. Not sure if it's a 62, 64, 58. A little laggy, so I assume it could be around the range of a 62, 60, 62, anywhere around there. But yeah, I guess it's working for now.